Welcome to Empowering Women, Transforming Lives with Rebecca Hall-Greider. In our program each week, we provide the tools, ideas, and encouragement to help you move ahead on your journey, becoming a more powerful and impactful woman in your own life. Now here's your host, Rebecca Hall-Greider.
Welcome, everyone. I hope that you're having an amazing day. I'm honored to be connecting in with you. We are already in March. I can't believe how quickly this year is already going. And I want to take time as we connect in today to really think about, check in. Are we continuing to move forward those things that matter most to us? If we look back on January and the things that we're putting on our list, the things that we're wanting to be, to become, to do, to move forward in our lives, let's check in today and just kind of see, where are we in that? Not with judgment or criticism, but awareness. Let's check in. Do we need to shift things a little bit? Course correction to keep things moving forward? Perhaps priorities have shifted or changed a little bit. It's good to check in on that. Or are we perhaps slipping a little bit into autopilot where the days kind of run us? It's really important to look at these things and check in once in a while so that we can choose to live powerfully and purposely. It's those choices that we make on a day-to-day basis that really create our days, our weeks, our months, and our lives. So let's take a moment to check in as we enjoy the program today, to really let it help support you to keep that forward momentum going, to be able to keep springing forward. As one of our guests likes to say, he uses the word radiance, and I know you're going to enjoy how she shares about radiance. Are we sharing more of who we are? Are we shining out? Are we stepping closer to our radiance and sharing that gift out into the world? Are we stepping more into our passions, into the things that we care about? And another guest we have today is going to talk about passions and how can we step more into those things that we're passionate about and connect in with that. These are really important things to look at as we're talking about springing forward, keeping that momentum going. And in order to get the most out of our time together today, because I believe we are purposely choosing to spend time together today, I want to invite you to choose to be fully present. There's a lot of noise in the world. There's a lot of things out there that are pulling at our attention. But this time is yours. Be willing to be fully immersed in it, fully present, mind, body, soul, and spirit. Let us connect in with you fully and support you on your journey. And I believe there is something here for you by the very nature that you are tuning in. So be willing to receive everything that is here for you. Those of you who are driving, please stay safe. Put both hands on the wheel. You're inwardly tuning in. Those of you who are able to, I invite you to put both feet on the floor. Feel it supporting you. Sit back in your chair. Feel it supporting you because you are fully supported. And let's take a deep breath in through the nose, out through the mouth, like through a straw. Great. Sometimes we're not breathing fully. We get so busy. Take another breath. This type of breathing, keep breathing, helps bring you present. It calms stress levels, cortisol levels, as it brings beautiful oxygen to every cell in your body, which also helps us have clearer thinking, be more present, and be open to receive. So the breath can do so much for us. So as you're enjoying this oxygen moment as you breathe, I want to invite you to put one hand on your heart, one hand on your head, bringing you all in, mind, body, soul, and spirit as you breathe. And in this space, carved out just for you, close your eyes. You're absolutely safe. And as you take this moment to check in, to connect in, what is it you need? What is it that will encourage you, empower you, uplift you? What is it you need to support you real time on your journey? Let's identify that. Please note, we're not asking you to figure out how. That's a different conversation right now. We're focused on getting clarity on identifying what it is that you need and are willing to receive, because you absolutely have choice. So what is it that you need and are willing to receive? Beautiful. Receive that information. And then let's come back into the room. Take another breath. Eyes open. Fully present. Wonderful. And let's take a moment and write down what was placed on your heart. When you took this moment to connect in, what is it that you need and are willing to receive? Write it down. This helps you bring it into reality, so it's not swirling around inside of you, but you're actually co-creating it. You're bringing it forward. So let's identify that. Let's start to bring it forward. And then it also helps you keep it top of mind so you don't get distracted and forget or miss the answer right in front of you. And here's what's really powerful about not worrying about the how. We're just identifying the need. This leads you open to a wonderful and unexpected way that need can be met in a way you never even imagined. In fact, you're looking forward to the amazing and wonderful way this need will be met. So be open to that, excited with anticipation, looking forward to how this need can and will be met in your life. Beautiful. With that, we're going to go around our virtual room. And as we do that, I'm going to invite each of our guests to share just on a heart level, 10 to 15 seconds, what was laid on their heart as we connect in heart, mind, body, soul, and spirit. And with that, Ron, I'd love to start with you. What was laid on your heart when you took a moment to stop and listen?
Because the more that we step out and share who we are and our gifts, the more love we need to be present to, so we can give the most of us.
Beautiful. It's so important that we connect in deeper and deeper and are willing to share more of us. Beautiful. And do you mind sharing what you said just in the beginning? We didn't quite hear that very beginning part.
Okay. Yeah, what came to me was the need for radiant love.
Beautiful.
And
yes.
Radiant love can come from anywhere, even yourself.
Beautiful. Thank you. And I think we could all use and embrace more radiant love from ourselves and others. I love that. Beautiful, beautiful share. Thank you.
Thank you.
And then, yeah, absolutely. Terry, how about you? What was laid on your heart?
Well, this is a kind of a different direction. This is a stressful time right now in America, and I was thinking to get through it, to just stay within yourself, be wise, be judicious, and everything will be okay. You know, if you do those things.
Yes. Yeah. No, I agree. Thank you. And it is. These are challenging times. There's a lot of things going on in the news right now, and that we are facing as a country. And I think it's important that we are being wise, but that we're also embracing that it'll be okay and leaning into that and embracing that. But being aware, I think, is really important in making choices with that awareness. And I think also coming together and supporting each other is important too. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
Beautiful. Thank you, Terry. I appreciate you sharing. And absolutely. And listeners, as we get ready to go to our first commercial break, I want to invite you to take these next 2 minutes as those beautiful commercials are playing in the background. I want you to take this time to be present, to receive everything that's being spoken into your heart and spirit. Perhaps some of what Ron and Terry shared have added some additional pieces of insight and information for you as you're connecting in and listening, or reminders that your heart and spirit are wanting you to know. So as you enjoy those 2 minutes, we'll give you that time to connect in, and we'll look forward to talking to you in just a moment.
Be sure to friend us on Facebook. You can do it right now. Visit facebook.com/Voice America or search for us at keyword Voice America.
Announcing a powerful new TV channel featuring programs designed to enhance and transform your life. Make powerful connections, one program at a time. And by doing so, we can bring transformation to the world. Tune in each week to Empowered Connections TV as we add new programs to help you make empowered connections of your own. Visit empoweredconnectionstv.com. That's empoweredconnectionstv.com. And make the most of an incredible life transformation.
Get Unchained. Tune in every Monday for Jane Unchained on the Voice America Influencers channel, featuring nationally recognized best-selling author, TV journalist, and social media influencer Jane Velez Mitchell. This program takes you inside a trending lifestyle that's the next wave of human evolution. It all starts on your plate. If you want to revolutionize your life, get happier, more energized, then discover the secret. Tune in to Jane Unchained Mondays at 10 a.m. Pacific Time and 1 p.m. Eastern Time on the Voice America Influencers channel.
Rebecca Hall Greider's Speaker Talent Search is looking for speakers wanting to get on more stages. With just one audition, you could open the doors to hundreds of speaking opportunities, reach more people, and expand your impact. Finalists get to audition live in front of leaders looking to fill all kinds of speaking opportunities. Apply now at speakertalentsearch.com. That's speakertalentsearch.com. We look forward to hearing your message.
Have you had a chance to check out Voice America's online magazine and blog? If you love our hosts and shows, check out articles that give an even deeper perspective, plus topics about health and fitness, movie reviews, philosophy, business tips and tactics, spirituality, positive thought, current events, and even more about your favorite host. It's just a click away at blog.voiceamerica.com. That's blog.voiceamerica.com. The Voice America Press Blog. All access, all the time. We don't follow, we lead. Join us, the Voice America Influencers channel.
You're listening to Empowering Women, Transforming Lives with your host, Rebecca Hall Greider. If you have a question or comment for Rebecca or her guest, we'd love to hear from you. Please call into the program at 1-866-472-5795. That's 1-866-472-5795. You may also send an email to Rebecca at yourpurposedrivenpractice.com. Now back to Empowering Women, Transforming Lives.
Welcome back, everyone. I hope you enjoyed those 2 minutes, that you gave yourself an opportunity to be still and present and breathe. And it's enough to be here, to connect, and to receive. Beautiful. We are continuing our conversation about radiance and moving forward powerfully in those areas that matter most in our life. And our first amazing guest, Ron Kikuya, left a successful career as an engineer and technology leader. to become a transformational coach. With over 30 years' experience studying personal growth, Ron created a unique process for deep and lasting transformation called the 6 Pathways to Radiance. He is a certified NLP coach, emotional resolution professional, and Ho'oponopono practitioner. He is passionate about helping you step into your radiance. Please lean in and warmly welcome the powerful and radiant Ron Coquia to the show. Welcome.
Thank you so much, Rebecca. It's such an honor to be here. I absolutely love your show and your energy and your radiance. I think you're a wonderful role model for everyone out there who are looking to tap into and uncover who they are, their radiant self. So thank you.
My goodness. Thank you, Ron. I am honored and humbled by that and receive. So thank you. I'm very honored by that and hope that we all inspire each other to step forward in our radiance and share our gifts. And I am absolutely thrilled to have you joining us because you also are a role model for this and stand for people, helping them step into their radiance because you have a gift of really being able to see that in people and help them discover it and see that in themselves.
Thank you. Thank you. It came as part of the journey of experiencing struggle, suffering, and awakening that's allowed me to really understand people in that way. But thank you.
Absolutely. And speaking of which, I'd love for you to share just a little bit because I believe your journey is core to your why you do the work that you do. So would you mind sharing a little bit of your story with us today?
Yeah, sure. Thank you, Rebecca. Mm-hmm. Well, it all started as me being an immigrant in this country. And I came into this country like everyone else. My family sacrificed everything. I was only 4 years old, and they wanted me to be successful. And that's what I did in my life. And I really focused on how can I better myself? How can I be more successful? How can I have more love, be more joyful? So I built the relationships I needed. I, achieved the career that I wanted at the time. And, at the peak of my journey, I thought, I was happy. I was financially independent. I had this amazing family, married the love of my life. And there was this point where I was on my way to the happiest place on earth, Disneyland, with my son. And I get this call on the phone. And I thought, wow, okay, here I am, happiest place in the world. My career's going great. I have a house in the hills. I have the love of my life, and everyone in my life's wonderful. What is this phone call going to change in my life? And this is what happened. I got a call from my cousin, and he said, Ron, something tragic just happened. Our 21-year-old cousin, Nino, got hit by a drunk driver. And within 30 minutes, his life passed away. And it was that moment when I actually started to look inside of what I really felt. Because after I grieved the loss of my cousin and looked inside, I couldn't stop thinking about that question that was echoing within me. I drive 3 hours a day, and if I was hit by a drunk driver and only had 30 minutes to live, what would I think of my life? Mm-hmm. And that's what I realized, that no matter what amount of success I feel outside, there was something inside of me that was empty. Mm. I was chasing success to be successful, but I wasn't following my core passion. Mm-hmm. And that's when I decided to truly listen. And I realized that what I really wanted to do was make a difference in the world, not as an engineer or technologist, but to touch the lives of people and help people to find true happiness. Mm. And that's what started my journey. Because I believe that when you face the possibility of death, you give yourself the reason to look at the truth of who you really are and what you truly want in life. Mm-hmm. And we're not here just to live an average cookie-cutter life. We're here to explore and discover our greatness.
Mm-hmm.
And in order for us to tap into that greatness, we must awaken to escape the forces that keep us stagnant.
Ron, thank you for sharing your story, that moment that changed your life and had you go deeper and discover some truths about yourself and truths about life and how we look at things. And I love that you responded to the call in discovering the true calling of your heart. You were willing to lean in and say yes, and now are bringing that forward to help so many people. And with that, I'd love for you to share a little bit of what you've discovered with this, because I know you developed the 6 pathways to radiance, and that's the work, part of the work that you are called to bring to the world. So where this journey has led, and I'd love for you to share a little bit about how you see radiance, what that means, and how that can help us in springing forward and moving forward.
Thank you, Rebecca. So my journey, once I left my job and explored what was it in my heart, what am I here to do, I realized that I'm not really looking for external success, external happiness, external love. When I peeled back the layers of trauma, of self-judgment, of fears, and I saw who I truly was behind the illusion, behind the masks of trying to be the successful person, I noticed that there was a part of me that was so alive, that was so full of joy, full of love. And it's the part that you see if you ever see a toddler running around free, exploring life like they want to experience with all their senses. They're touching everything. They're exploring everything. They're even putting everything in their mouth. You know, there's this excitement about life that we're hungry for. And when you uncover those layers like I did in my journey, I realized that I had to create a word for it, and I didn't want it to be a religious word or a spiritual word. I wanted to just be a word that represents who we are when we shine, when we're alive. And that's when I came up with radiance.
Beautiful.
Because I believe we have that light, and it's not about trying to find it or trying to be radiant. We're born with it. It's just about learning how to uncover it so that we can experience the joy, the love, the freedom, and the inspiration that we have buried in ourselves.
Wonderful. Thank you. Thank you for sharing.
Okay.
And I think that's a visual we can all follow and understand because we have seen those toddlers and admired their sense of wonder and excitement about life. And is there a tip or a piece of advice you can give us to how we can start to tap in to that radiance to help us move forward in life?
Yes, definitely. So what I've discovered is that there are these forces that constantly act upon us in life. And the biggest obstacle to radiance is inner conflict. We are so filled with desires and also beliefs that says we can't, or we're not good enough, or we're not worthy. And we also have these things called emotions, which are constantly moving and shifting our energy to guide us and help us, but they can also distract us from why we're here, what brings meaning to our lives, what brings us joy. And so the biggest problem is that we are unaware of these forces that are shaping our life. And the biggest one that I think that we all need to learn to master if you truly want to live, be free, and be inspired in love and in joy, is mastering our emotions.
And can you share a tip on how we can do that, how we can start to master that so it's not controlling us or hijacking us?
Yes. So I want to back up a little bit to the purpose of emotions. So in the times before we had the complexities of society, the threats that we had in life were like a saber-toothed tiger, these threats on our life. And we react to it by fighting or fleeing, or sometimes we can even play dead. And when that threat is gone, we continue living. Now, as we evolve and we become more complex in the way we live and we have more complex problems in our lives, the threats today aren't the saber-toothed tiger. They're not threats in our life. They're the stresses, the conflicts with our relationships, the things that we have to do, the problems at work, the money situation, all of these things that are threats to our livelihood. And the way that we respond to them is we either resolve the conflict or we avoid it. And then there's two other responses. We try to cope with the conflict, with the emotion, by breathing or meditating and exercising and yoga. And all these things help our health. But a lot of times our emotions aren't fully resolved by that. And then the fourth way that we can resolve our emotions or work with our emotions is through resolving them, to actually getting to the core of the emotion. And the reason why we struggle with emotions is because emotions originate in the body. We feel it.
And Ron, I'm so sorry to interrupt, but we're getting ready to close to going to commercial break. So I didn't know if there was something really fast that you could share, just because I don't want to leave people hanging. I want to give them that piece. Mm-hmm.
Yes. So because they originate in the body, our minds can get in the way of the emotion and actually trigger the thoughts and fears, and then re-trigger the sensation in our body. So the way that we resolve our emotions is we actually break that cycle and become truly present in our bodies to feel the emotion and just be present with it without getting into thought, without being pulled in and sucked in to your emotional thoughts, fears, worries. Just be present.
Beautiful.
And that actually taps into your natural capacity to resolve your emotion.
I love that we can be with it without trying to analyze, but be with it and process and release. Beautiful. Thank you for sharing. I really appreciate it. I appreciate you being on the show today. And for those of you who are wanting to connect with Ron deeper, he's going to share his contact information towards the end of the show, and he has a free gift. So you want to make sure that you stay tuned. As we go to our next commercial break, I invite you to use these 2 minutes to really be present, process, and integrate what Ron has shared with you, and see how that is connecting in with you, your radiance, and springing forward. We'll look forward to talking to you in just 2 minutes.
Think you've seen everything there is to see in online television? Let us surprise you. Visit voiceamerica.tv today for sports, health, business, and more on demand 24/7.
Rebecca Hall Greider's Speaker Talent Search is looking for speakers wanting to get on more stages. With just one audition, you could open the doors to hundreds of speaking opportunities, reach more people, and expand your impact. Finalists get to audition live in front of leaders looking to fill all kinds of speaking opportunities. Apply now at SpeakerTalentSearch.com. That's SpeakerTalentSearch.com. We look forward to hearing your message.
Sustainable success is just around the corner. If you are an entrepreneur, business leader, or anybody looking for their next level of success, tune into Sustainable Success with host Chris Salem. Did you know that the path to success is a long path that started many years ago? The path you started on then determines what is happening now. Chris and his amazing guests in their field will help you navigate the path to sustainable success every Thursday at 12 noon Eastern Time and 9 a.m. Pacific on the Voice America Influencers Channel.
Announcing a powerful new TV channel featuring programs designed to enhance and transform your life. Make powerful connections, one program at a time. And by doing so, we can bring transformation to the world. Tune in each week to Empowered Connections TV as we add new programs to help you make empowered connections of your own. Visit EmpoweredConnectionsTV.com. That's EmpoweredConnectionsTV.com. And make the most of an incredible life transformation.
tune in to the Voice America Variety channel on the Voice America Talk Radio Network. Voice America Variety broadcasts a diverse array of topics, reaching a global community. Our experts come from all walks of life, and the topics they discuss are everything from current events, arts and entertainment, leadership, parenting, relationships, self-improvement, career advice, and a variety of other topics. Check us out today. You're sure to find something of interest. Voice America Variety. Talk on today's hot topics.
Change starts here. Change starts now. Join us, the Voice America Influencers Channel.
You're listening to Empowering Women, Transforming Lives with your host, Rebecca Hall-Greider. If you have a question or comment for Rebecca or her guest, we'd love to hear from you. Please call into the program at 1-866-472-5795. That's 1-866-472-5795. You may also send an email to Rebecca at yourpurposedrivenpractice.com. Now back to Empowering Women, Transforming Lives.
Welcome back, everyone. I hope that you enjoyed those 2 minutes, and we are excited to be connecting back in with you as we continue to talk about radiance and passion and communication and keeping those things moving forward that matter most to us. And part of being able to bring this show to you every week is because we have amazing sponsors. And so I wanted to take a moment and share about one of our sponsors that is helping bring this show to you. And something that's really special about sponsors are that they believe in you. They believe that the work of empowering each other, supporting each other on this journey is important. And so they are leaning in to you. So let's take a moment and learn about this sponsor. So this particular sponsor is tied into the Speaker Talent Search, and it's RHG Media Productions. So the Speaker Talent Search is an opportunity for those of you who are messengers, speakers, influencers, leaders, and experts that are wanting to reach more people. Here's an opportunity to do that. There's no fee to participate. You can go to speakertalentsearch.com to learn more. Again, it's speakertalentsearch.com to learn more and go through the application process. If you're selected as a finalist, then your mission, your vision, what you're wanting to bring to the world, your information goes in front of decision makers. So you get through the gatekeepers. It goes in front of the decision maker who has the opportunities to be interviewed on shows, to have your own show, to increase your visibility, different opportunities in that. Speaking, whether it's live or virtual, all kinds of opportunities. So those of you who are looking to expand your influence and reach more people, I encourage you to check out the Speaker Talent Search. It's virtual, so anywhere in the world you can lean in and participate. We'd love to see you join us and be part of that. And I want to thank RHG Media Productions for making that available. And it's part of their giving back to help speakers connect with opportunities to speak, messengers to connect with visibility opportunities to touch more people's lives. And together we're able to make a positive difference. So thank you, RHG Media Productions. I hope you all check out the Speaker Talent Search, and there is a deadline coming up of March 31st. So you want to check it out soon if you're looking to increase opportunities for you and your message to reach more people. We have been talking with amazing experts, and Terry, who you got to connect with on a heart level at the beginning of the show, was sharing on her heart about some of the things that are going on in the world. And it's really important that we're able to stay connected and to be wise and to connect with the knowing that it will be okay. And I'd love to more formally introduce her. So Terry Baker Mulligan is the author of multiple books, including Sugar Hill, Where the Sun Rose Over Harlem, which won the 2012, is it IPPY Award or IPPY Award?
IPPY.
IPPY Award. IPR, thank you. I want to make sure I'm saying it correctly, for adult multicultural nonfiction, and 2013 Benjamin Franklin Awards for multicultural and biography, memoir writing. Her novel After in Harlem was released in 2014, and just recently in 2019, she released the book called These Boys Are Killing Me, Travels and Travails with Sons Who Take Risks. That became an international bestseller. She lives in St. Louis, where she was named one of the top 50 authors by a government committee. Can we please lean in the warm, powerful, and gifted Terry Baker Mulligan to the show? Welcome.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
You are welcome. I am so excited to have you on our show again, because we got to talk a while back. So it's wonderful to have you. To have you joining us again. And I'd love to start our conversation with some of your story. You have been able to bring so much forward so powerfully in writing and impacting so many people around the world with the books that you brought forward. I'd love for you to share a little bit of why writing became important to you, your journey in that.
Well, I've always been a person and a student first who liked the assignments that were writing assignments. And when I moved to St. Louis in 1971, I moved here from New York City. I grew up in Harlem, and my husband and I, we are a biracial couple. And when I moved to St. Louis, no one could believe that I had grown up in Harlem. And when you experience something, you don't realize what you have until you don't have it anymore. And I kept thinking, I'm going to write about growing up in Harlem, which was a wonderful upbringing. And I decided to write this book. And it took me many years to get it right. It helped that some of the people who I wrote about were no longer alive, although I praise everybody, but my mother was having a hard time with it. So it finally came out about 30 years after I started. I put it away. And that kind of set me on fire to keep writing more books. And my most recent one, when my kids backpacked around the world, one was in Egypt in 9/11. I was worried sick. They didn't have cell phones. The internet was not that advanced yet. And it changed their lives. It turned out to be wonderful. It changed their lives in many ways, showing them what the world was like and what people who are different from us are like. And I think that's my last book, though. The writing part is the easy part. The promotion is very difficult and time-consuming and takes away from writing.
Thank you for sharing, though. And I love your persistence in bringing it forward. And even when the journey takes a while and you just keep stepping forward, I think that's beautiful. And I think there's something for us in all of that persistence and being willing to just keep bringing it forward is really important. So thank you for sharing some of your journey in that. And we look forward to all that is coming. And I'd like for you to share a little bit about what you're passionate about. We know writing is one of your passions. Is there anything in addition to that, perhaps communication? Because I feel like that ties really closely with writing as well. I'd love for you to tap into your thoughts around communication too.
Well, when you have a story that you want to tell in writing, it's like you cannot not do it. I had 2 young children when I started writing, and busy schedules and getting them up ready for school, but I would get up at like 5 and they would wake up at 7, and I'd have those 2 hours to write. Because I had to write my story, and that passion has really never left me. There's so many things I wish I had written, And when I was writing to my boys, the new book is an email book. These boys are killing me. It's an email book because when they were gone, I didn't know that I'd ever see them again. They were in some pretty tricky places, although the world was not as dangerous as, I thought it was, because it got worse. So I kept their emails. And when I discovered them a few years ago, I went through them, and it was just an amazing travelogue, how the world has changed and the experiences they had. But people are telling me what they like about the book is how we communicate with these two grown men. They were in their 20s, and how they listened to me and were concerned about my concerns to a certain extent. They still did what they want. And that, when you're in the midst of that, you don't quite see that way. And as I look at some of these passages, I think we're very lucky that we have this open communication, and I think it still exists.
Yes. I love it. To me, it's very heartwarming in your book, the communication and care and respect that you have for each other, even though choices are being made the way they're being. There was always this connection and care that came across in what you shared. And I know on one of our shows that we had together, one of your sons called in, which was really great. So I agree. I think those connections continue to this day. And it's beautiful. Yes. They're pretty supportive. They give me a hard time in kind of a fun way, but yes, they're good guys in that sense. Certainly, I mean, they're good guys. But as far as talking to me, I know I'm very lucky. Oh, I think it's really neat that you've been able to build that with your family and that communication, and instilled in them a desire to also pursue and follow their passions, that they've been willing to be persistent in them and chase them down. So I think that's also something that you have shared with your family and is being echoed forward. Well, our time is just going so quickly here, but I wanted to ask one final thought here is you have been able to bring forward so many books. You have been able to build beautiful communication for those people out there that are perhaps writing journals and they have that spark that, I'd like to bring this forward. I'd like to create a book. I'd like it to impact people in a powerful and positive way. What piece of advice would you share with them?
Well, first of all, they should be sure to write the best book they can. Don't rush it. Don't take shortcuts. Edit it or get an editor, which is even better. Check everything 25 times. You can join organizations like the St. Louis Writers Guild, the Writers Guild. It's St. Louis branch. There's a National Writers Guild. And the Publishers Association. There are a lot of places that have tips and then have workshops. Workshops are wonderful. I read a lot of writing books, Stephen King's book, and so on and so forth. You never stop learning, and you have to read if you're going to write.
Beautiful. Thank you for sharing. And I like that it's not a solo journey. Like, you were willing to go to all those different resources to learn and grow and connect to bring forward the best book that you were called to bring forward. And I think that's beautiful and important for us to remember, because we can get isolated sometimes. So remembering to tap in and get support, that's beautiful. Well, thank you so much for spending time with us today and being so open to sharing with us. I really appreciate that. We're getting ready to go to our, absolutely. We're getting ready to go to our next commercial break. And when we come back, Terry is also going to let you know how you can connect with her deeper too. So we'll look forward to talking to you in just 2 minutes.
Follow us on Twitter at VoiceAmericaTRN. Get the lowdown on guests, new shows, and your favorites. That's VoiceAmericaTRN. Announcing a powerful new TV channel featuring programs designed to enhance and transform your life. Make powerful connections, one program at a time. And by doing so, we can bring transformation to the world. Tune in each week to Empowered Connections TV as we add new programs to help you make empowered connections of your own. Visit empoweredconnectionstv.com. That's empoweredconnectionstv.com. And make the most of an incredible life transformation.
There's a new force to be reckoned with in talk radio. It's not just talk radio. Hosted by LaTanya Jr. and co-hosts Tina Wynn and Tony Brown. Not Just Talk Radio is like a superhero, inspiring, problem-solving, and informing. Packed with action-provoking conversations from news, movements, and social and politics issues. This program is about a wide range of voices and fresh points of view from experts, celebrities, and you, the listener. Not Just Talk Radio is broadcast live Wednesdays at 11 a.m. Eastern Time, 8 a.m. Pacific on the Voice America Influencers Channel.
Rebecca Hall Greider's Speaker Talent Search is looking for speakers wanting to get on more stages. With just one audition, you could open the doors to hundreds of speaking opportunities, reach more people, and expand your impact. Finalists get to audition live in front of leaders looking to fill all kinds of speaking opportunities. Apply now at SpeakerTalentSearch.com. That's SpeakerTalentSearch.com. We look forward to hearing your message.
Become a member of VoiceAmerica.com. It's easy and best of all, it's free. Start out by going to our homepage or any of our channels and click register at the top. Once you've created an account and signed in, you can create your own custom library, opt into our newsletter, search by show, host, guest, or topic of interest, or browse millions of hours of content across all of our Voice America radio channels. Membership gets you more. Visit VoiceAmerica.com today to get started and tailor the listening experience to your taste.
We don't follow, we lead. Join us, the Voice America Influencers Channel.
You're listening to Empowering Women, Transforming Lives with your host, Rebecca Hall Greider. If you have a question or comment for Rebecca or her guest, we'd love to hear from you. Please call into the program at 1-866-472-5795. That's 1-866-472-5795. You may also send an email to Rebecca at yourpurposedrivenpractice.com. Now back to Empowering Women, Transforming Lives.
Welcome back, everyone. I hope you enjoyed those 2 minutes, that you gave yourself an opportunity to stop, process, breathe, and receive all that serves you and integrate it even on a cellular level. We can do that in those 2 minutes at a time. Really, really powerful to bring that into our life. And as we look back on the show, I want to encourage you to look back at your notes that you wrote in the very beginning about your intention, what it is that you need and are willing to receive. Just check in, see if that has shifted a little bit, or it's time to kind of refocus in on that so you can keep it top of mind as you get ready to go back out into the world. I've asked both of our amazing guests to share their contact information because I would love for you to be able to continue a relationship. We just started it here, and I'd love for you to be able to continue that with both Ron and Terry. They are amazing people who I know are leaning into you, cheering you on in life, and want to support you in all that you are looking to bring forward. And so I'd love to start with Terry. Terry, can you share your contact information, and if there's a piece of advice or a tip, something you want to remind our listeners about as they get ready to go back into the world, I'd love for you to share.
Well, my website is www.terrybakermulligan.com. I'm on LinkedIn with that same address, and at Terry B. Mulligan on Instagram. Twitter is at Terry B. Mulligan. And Facebook is Terry Baker Mulligan, and I think that's it.
Great. I love that there are so many ways to follow and connect. Beautiful.
Yeah.
And then did you have a tip you'd like to share with us, or a reminder or piece of advice?
Well, I am a very outgoing person, and I wish and believe that everyone should be kind to one another under normal circumstances. Talk to the lady in the line behind you in the supermarket. Just say good morning. It's a beautiful day. And I think it'll make your day feel better and certainly make her day feel better, particularly if it's someone elderly, to just be kind in this world. Not enough kindness.
No, I think that's beautiful that we can extend that branch of kindness and connection and be proactive about that. Beautiful. Thank you for sharing.
My pleasure.
And then, Ron, I would love for you to share how people can follow you, your contact information, and then you have an amazing gift for us. So I'd love for you to share about that too.
Thank you, Rebecca. Yeah, the best way to reach me is through my website. Go to journeytoradiance.com. And for a limited time, I am offering a free 30-minute conversation with me to explore radiance and how you can bring that forth in your life, and how you can work through the emotions and the other forces that are pulling you away from that. And for the first 3 people that sign up, I'm actually going to offer a free session where they get to experience how they can actually shift their emotions and resolve it through what I was talking about. And I'm actually certified in what's called emotional resolution. And it normally goes for $200, but because I know there's so much hardship and emotional challenges in the world today, my heart really goes out to you, and I really want to gift this to people so that they can experience that they are not their emotions, that they can work through their emotions, resolve them so that they continue living their life free again.
Beautiful. Thank you. And do they go to your website to be able to tap into that?
Yeah,
or what's...
That's right. Just go to journeytoradiance.com.
Perfect.
Sign up there.
I just don't want anyone to miss out that is feeling that pull on their heart. So that's perfect. Thank you. Thank you for making that available to us. And listener, it's such a gift when an expert is willing to gift you time and process and really support you. So those of you who do feel that pull, don't be shy. Reach out to Ron. He's amazing, and he'll be happy to hold that sacred space with you and really support you. And it has just been an honor and a pleasure to connect with you in your day that you have chosen time to spend time with us, listeners. And we want to thank you. Thank you for being part of our lives. Absolutely.
Thank you.
Absolutely. And those of you listening today, I want to thank you for leaning in and for being part of the journey. We are so honored to be able to connect with you on a weekly basis, and we are here rooting for you, cheering you on in life, and want you to be able to choose to share the gift of you, because you are beautifully and wonderfully made. In case someone hasn't told you that today, it's the truth. And you were made for such a time as this. And I want to encourage you and invite you to be willing to share a little bit more of you. The gift of you, I think, is one of the biggest gifts you can bring the world, because there's no one else just like you. So as you go forth, as you go back out into the world, I want to encourage you to take a couple minutes after the show and take a breath and process and choose how you're going to be as you move forward in the day. Choose to bloom where you are planted and to shine your radiant self out into the world. Have a great week, everyone, and I'll look forward to talking to you next time.
Thank you for joining us this week for Empowering Women, Transforming Lives. Please tune in again for another edition with your host, Rebecca Hall-Greiter, next Thursday at 2 p.m. Eastern Time, 11 a.m. Pacific, on the Voice America Influencers channel. And join us for a replay of the show every Wednesday at 5 p.m. Eastern Time, 2 p.m. Pacific, on the Voice America Empowerment channel. Have a beautiful week, and may you always bloom where you're planted and shine.